What was Aaron able to do today, if anything?
He participated on a limited basis and continues to make progress. So we'll see where he is tomorrow. Hasn't done any contact work yet. So, Wednesday's still a question mark.
I think he had a few days of travel and in practice. What sort of stands out to you about his game and what he can bring to this team?
He's a bucket getter. He can really go get a shot. And he's got some really unique offensive gifts. So I really like the signing, just in terms of the kinds of things he's capable of. You look at his history in the G League, MVP, championship player, finals MVP, all that kind of stuff. Guy can play. So we're just getting him ramped up here. He hadn't played in a while because he was in concussion protocol. So, but he participated in practice today and did some good things.
Apologies if you already addressed this, but James Johnson, I know you were well familiar with, but what did you see from him in training camp that solidified his spot on the team? Off the court stuff,
his experience, his versatility, play 4 and 5. The way he connects everyone in the locker room. I experienced that in Dallas. He really did a great job with that, and he's really worked at it.
Well, I said his
Give me
voice
another
seemed
shot
to
at
carry, some significance. I was meaning in huddles and in practice. It seems like he, from day one, has not shied away from being in that role.
Number one, he has an undefeated record in mixed martial arts. I think that's one thing that stands out to me. He's just he's a legitimate tough guy, and with a reputation for protecting his teammates and bringing a toughness attitude to a team. That better?
You'll hear that on a broadcast in the next week.
Where did you see growth from Goga in this preseason? He had a nice game to end against Houston. Where did you see him grow and play man for you guys?
Goga's a good player. He's very skilled, 5-man. Really was a matter of working through some aches and pains during training camp, but he's on a very good path. He's shooting the ball well. He really has a great feel for the game, knows how to play and passes it and blocks shots. He's a 7-foot center that can protect the rim and make threes. Those guys aren't growing on trees.
Is there a reward for having the most bells rung in camp?
Stay tuned, there may be. Very competitive though. We got guys doing it every day, and we have a board in there that has the number of bells and all that. So I think Ty and Buddy are up there, and probably Chris. But we're getting 8 or 9 guys every day that are getting the bell, so that's a good thing.
Can you take me through the vote in terms of coaches wearing quarter zips and that whole decision? What went into all of that this offseason?
As far as what?
About, last year you guys had, I think it was at the coaches convention or whatever, you had a vote about doing return to suits and stuff. And instead you stayed with quarter zips and the casual, everybody dressing the same.
Well, we take a poll in the association, in our coaches association, but we also have to work with the league on this. It's not just because we take a vote, we do what we want to do. We have to work with them, and we have to work together to come up with the right thing. And so it's, our discussions with the league about this over the last 3 years have been very constructive, and everybody's heart is in the right place. So, it's been been good for our coaches, especially our assistant coaches. They don't have to go out and buy a bunch of suits. It's great for our partnership with Nike. I mean, we're wearing another Nike thing. That head coach is wearing another Nike thing out in front of the camera. And it's a reflection of today's world in many respects. I mean, corporate America is going in more cases than not to more of a casual type approach, and but this is something that has made a lot of sense for a lot of reasons, and we appreciate the league's spirit of cooperation as we've gone through it. It's a bit of a surprise to me why the media is so fixated on it, you know, but it's better for Nike that they are.
Are you surprised at all how, I assume it was more of a majority, the younger guys wanting to go and stay with
It's
them?
well over 80% of our coaches, head and assistant coaches, that prefer this look and this approach. So, I mean, those numbers are very strong, and we really, you know, have made equal our assistant coach's voice in decisions like this, you know, relative to our relationship with the league. So.
Well, I guess, do we say congrats?
Yeah, I appreciate
that. Final
that.
roster spot, and talking to you at Media Day, do you feel like you were able to show how you could contribute to this team?
Definitely felt like I definitely had to earn that spot. Langston's a great guy. Davey was a great guy, and they're great players. They're real pros. And, you know, it's an honor for this spot, but at the end of the day, I'm still vulnerable.
What do you see as your role, your obligation as an older guy on this team?
Just to lead, help lead. You know, like I said at the beginning, we have Tyrese, a great leader, or becoming a great leader. We have MT, really making his presence really felt this year. You know, this is my first year here, but from what I'm hearing, it's more active in practice. It's more active in the games and on the bench, especially on the bench.
Has that leadership ability, how has that evolved over your career? Is there a point where you remember feeling that you're more of a veteran, you need to do more of that?
You know, I had some great veteran leadership, and you know, you just take what you can from them kind of guys who have 18-year, 19-year careers in this league, that, you know, take all the knowledge that they learned and the experience that they got throughout them, for me, 14 years, and just trying to pass it down to the young guys so they don't make the same mistakes kind of that I did.
A lot of guys at your position on this team are younger, Kendall, O'Shea, some of the bigs. There's a lot more of you feel like your leadership on-court stuff or off-court stuff so far?
It ties in. You know, the off-court stuff, it definitely matters. Just for the performance aspect of your game, being ready every practice. You know, minutes are not guaranteed, so every day of practice is an opportunity to get better and an opportunity to earn more minutes.
When there's a timeout called and the coaches go huddle, do you view that as sort of your opening or your time to address the team?
Absolutely, depending on time. You know, like I said, I'm really here to tag along with Miles and Tyrese and their leadership, and, you know, just give my voice wherever it's needed. But I haven't had to do too much. Like I said, they've been really great.
I was talking with Chad actually this morning, and he mentioned you taking Kendall Brown under your wing a little bit.
Right.
What have those experiences been like?
He's great. I don't think he understands the skill level that he has already, or the ceiling that he holds right now. You know, he's still young, and he's just active. And I've been here. I've been on the first preseason or training camp as well. I know things are flying for him. We're throwing so many different material, different lingo at him and terminologies. And it's a lot for a young guy, especially with a young guy who, if he don't think, he's really one of the best athletes I've seen.
Is that one of the things that you got to work on with rookies? Not just what they need to work on, but what they're already great at and can employ?
Absolutely. One of the biggest parts of being a rookie that I wish I had took is more school knowledge, like more film, learning more things like that, not just on yourself. You know, you tend to watch all your highlights a lot, but I'm talking about real film, what teams are really running, what our defense is, and making sure that you can just react instead of thinking.
How have you seen Rick grow as a coach, going from the Dallas time when that team was competing for a playoff spot to this team where The goals are a little different.
It's a beautiful sight, no doubt about it. It's younger guys, more of his teaching, more of his philosophy is being instilled and bestowed on these guys right now. So it's a whole different than what I'm used to than the veteran guys that we had in Dallas and them kind of practices were a lot more tapered down.
I know we haven't talked to you a ton. What do you think you've gotten out of this training camp going into the season?
Building chemistry with my teammates. Just going out there, just keep learning my teammates. About my teammates, and just keep improving defensively. Just go out there and play hard.
With the Dominican Republic team this summer, what did you learn from that whole experience?
It's a physical game. FIBA, it's a whole different game. A lot more physical. You can get away with a lot of more stuff. They don't protect you over there at all. So, but it was fun. I enjoy playing for my country.
Can you apply that to now this season? The physicality, any part of that kind of different style of game?
Well, definitely that helps. It helps now coming here to the NBA. Like I said, different game. You got more space over here, so they protect you a little bit more. That definitely helps.
On this team, you're in a kind of different position. You're in your second year, but you're also older than a lot of the guys who are like rookies this year. What do you view yourself more as, like one of the veterans, one of the younger guys? How do you see yourself?
I don't know why people keep calling me old, man. I'm only 25. I get it. I got 2 kids. I got a wife, but I got 20. I'm only 25 years old, man. Starting to live life right now. So. But man, I just trying to help the team whatever I can.
Promise I won't after Wednesday ask you about last year's season opener, but I do have to ask about it now. Do you remember how nervous you were before that game?
Not nervous. It was like ancient. I wanted to go out there and show people what I'm capable of, and show people that I belong to the NBA.
When the first shot went in, was it just like, was it contagious?
I let it weigh off my shoulder. First shot went in. It felt great. It felt like something big out of my shoulder went off. Yeah.
Along the same lines, like Benedict, Andrew, if he gets to play, will you have any advice for them?
Yeah, I just tell them to go out there and just play the game. Just play your game, and they know better. They good players.
What have you thought of the starting 5 you guys have run with in these first couple of preseason games? How do you feel like you fit into that unit so far?
Good. We got Tyrese Haliburton. He's a great point guard. I know he's gonna find me. We all know he's gonna find us. So it's good playing alongside him.
How do you think you can benefit from a full year of playing with Tyrese after he came in the middle last year?
I benefit a lot from him. I gotta do less. Just move more without the ball. Be ready to take my shots and just play hard on defense. I know I'm gonna get my shots.